Hello everybody, so this is the third video on the Google Forms. Now this was the question paper we created in the last video, so we'll just move on to the last question. So I have added a question with the checkbox option just to show you something. We'll look upon that later. Now I'll have to show you just one more method of creating a question, that is a match the following type. So for that we'll click on the last question. Okay, now after the last question only, we need the next we have to include the next question. So I'll click on the plus sign and I'll write over there, match the following. So automatically the computer has selected multiple choice grid. Okay, that is what we have to select over there, multiple choice grid from the options, multiple choice grid. Now we can see over here it has come as rows and columns. So what we have to do is, now as we do normally for the match the following, we'll have two columns over there, right? Maybe it is A part and B part. So what we have to do over here is we'll type A part under the rows and B part under the columns. So I'll just show you some example. For example, like vowel. Okay, 4 numbers. And then I'll type the answers over there. So columns B, and what else? Noun. Okay, right. So this is how I have added it. Now what we have to do, we have to, oh sorry, only 4. Okay, now we have to add the marks, so I'll click on that. So this is how the question will appear for the students. Okay, and now I'll just add the points and then we'll explain. So we'll give 1 mark each for right. Now if I want, I can add the answer key. So it's better that I add the answer key. So I'll just show you how do we mark the answers over here. So if take the first question, that is vowel. So I'll move it on like this and A. Okay. Next is consonant. So I'll tap on B. Next is a number. I'll tap on 4, and the last one is noun. So I'll tap on Ram. That is, each line should have only one answer. Okay, multiple responses is not allowed. So then I'll tick done. So match the following type is also done. Okay, so that's it. These are the different options for creating questions. Now we can check on the total marks. Okay, so here you can see the total points. So it has come to 18, right? So you should check if the marks has been added everywhere, if any extra fields has come. Okay, for that it is better that we take a preview of the question paper. So where do we find the preview? You can see these 3 dots. We'll again click on that. When it opens up, the first one itself is preview. So we'll click on that. So this is how the question paper will appear to the student. Okay, so English class test 1. Now all those things will not be there. Email address, etc., etc. Then these are the questions. The student is given an option to mark the correct answer, write the short answer. So you can check on the sides if the marks are awarded everywhere correctly. Right? Okay. So, and at the last, he has got the submit button to submit the question paper, or maybe from his side it is the answer paper. Okay. So this is all about preview. Now we'll go back. Okay. So everything is now set. Now, in order to make your or in order to have a professional look for your question paper, I'll just tell you some options. If you want, you can do that. See, you have an option over here. These 2 rectangles. This is to add sections. That is to divide your question paper into sections. It is like, for example, if we look onto a question paper, we'll have headings for each sections, right? Like question number 2 to 9 are one word, 1 mark question. It carries 1 mark question each, etc., etc. Okay. So I'll just add. What I'll do is I'll just show you one example. Like, where do I add? I'll add here. After the roll number. Okay. So it has come like this. After section 1, continue to next section. Okay. If I click on that drop down, you have some other options like go to section 1 English class test, go to section 2 untitled section, submit form. So I think the best option is go to section 2 untitled section. Okay. Sorry, go to section 2. After section 1, go to section 2. Now in the section 2, maybe you can give a heading over here. Sorry. Section B. Multiple choice questions. Okay. Yes. Now I'll just show you a preview of this. How does it look? Maybe we can add over. Sorry. Okay, I'll just see after section B, the untitled section, because I accidentally clicked it. So again another section has come over there. So how do I delete it? I'll just click on this. Click on this and I'll select merge with above. Okay, so that is gone. Okay, so I'll just show the preview, not to prolong the video. See, the first part, that is the introductory part, has come like this: email address, name of the student, class and section, roll number. Then he has to click on the next. Okay. See, so I'll have to fill it. So otherwise, this is the introductory part comes as a first section, then the multiple choice questions will come as a second section, short answer can be added as a third section, etc. I hope it is clear. Okay, so that is it about the question paper. And now we checked the total marks. We had a preview of our question paper. Now how do we send it to our children? Okay, so if we have decided a Zoom class, then we'll ask the students, and I mean the students will log in at 9:30 in the morning, whatever be the time, we'll take it as 9:30. Now after the students has logged in, we'll click on here. Okay, send button. So I'll click on that. Now here, send form. You can see send via email, a link, etc., etc. So Facebook and all. So what we have to do is we have to select this one, the link option. Okay. So I'll click on that, because collecting emails and writing if it is for 1 or 2, okay, fine, but for 50 students it is very difficult. So we'll click on that link. So it comes like this. I'll click on this shorten URL. So shorten URL. So the URL is shortened. Then I click on copy. Okay. So copy to clipboard. Now what I can do is I can paste it in the Zoom chat. I can paste it in WhatsApp. I can paste it in the stream of Google Classroom, etc. Okay. Wherever you want, you can paste it. Now I would suggest all of you to create a trial question paper. And you will get a link like this. Okay, after you click copy, you can paste it in Google and give a search. Then automatically it will be linked to your Google form. Okay, and then you can answer it, and you can submit it, so it will come as a response over here. So I think this part is clear now. So we have sent the link to the children. Students have started answering it. So the time what we keep for our exam is, if it is half an hour, so we calculate the time, and immediately after half an hour we should collect the papers, right? So what we do is, for that we go to responses. Okay, and we'll click that. Now here you can see accepting responses is enabled. So after the time of your exam you can disable that. Okay, so if you disable that, then the students cannot submit the responses after the speculated time, right? Okay, so I hope that is also clear. Now for the easy typing of question paper here, what you can do is you can type the questions in a Word format, and or you can take questions from some other links or websites. You can copy it and paste it over here. Okay, otherwise like even for multiple choice questions, what you can do is you can type in your Word. Okay, and after the question you press enter once, then you type the first option, again press enter once, so it will come down, right? Again you will press write the second option, press enter once, so that the options are one below the other. You will copy the entire question along with the options and you can paste it over here. Okay, so you can try that also. Okay, so that is all about sending the question and switching off the time, or switching off the time for responding. Okay, yes. Now the students will start submitting after half an hour. So where do we see that? See here, as I told, responses. Okay, so we'll click that. Now I have collected 7 responses for this question, that is class 5 midterm English. It is a sort of rubbish thing only, but still I have managed to collect 7. Okay, now what are we going to hear? We want to check, or we want to evaluate, right? So how do we do that? Now for that you have 3 tabs over here: summary, question and individual. We'll go to the individual one. Okay, so we'll click over there, individual. Now if I click on this drop down, I can see the persons who have submitted the so we'll have all the email IDs of the persons who have submitted it. So I'll click on one of the mail ID. So this is the one submitted response of that student. Okay, so the email address is written over there, name of the student is written over there, class and section is written, roll number is written. Okay, then again we move on to section B. So see the first question, paper is a, so I had given the answer key, so it is automatically evaluated and the mark is awarded over here. Okay. Now we'll move on to the second question, that is, what is a noun? Give examples. So if you can see here, there is no mark because I had not given any answer key, and the student also has not written what is a noun. She has given only the examples. So what I do is I'll give the marks only for examples, as I'll click over there and I'll write 1. Okay, yes. Then the next one, explain collective nouns with examples. That answer is also not done. So I can click over there. I'll award 0 marks. Right? Okay. Then the next is draw a label diagram of the human eye. So if the student had submitted it, you will get that image over here. You can open that image in view and then again give the marks. Okay. Then next was the check boxes, what I gave, and I wanted to tell you something on that. Now see, I had given the correct answers. Sorry for that. I had given the correct answers as Delhi, Ganga and Ram. Okay. Now see, the student has given 2 answers correct. That is, Delhi and Ganga is correct. But Kam is wrongly marked. But if you see over here, it has not awarded marks for the 2 correct answers. So in this case, we will have to manually give the mark over here as 2. Okay, so that is the thing about check boxes. You will have to very careful while doing questions with check boxes. Okay, so that is it. I have valued the sorry, one more question is there. Match the following. Okay, that is also not been attempted by the student. Okay, so I have finished the valuation of the first paper, or maybe the response. Now what I do is I save. Okay, so you can see it comes like this. The responses, the marks has been saved. And where do you see that marks? Here. Okay, 4 marks the student has got out of 18 points. Right? Okay. Now we have to distribute the paper, right, after correction. Similarly, we have to release the score. So what do? Here you see release score. Now see, there are many options here. It's like you can correct, maybe you can value the responses of all the students and release the score at once, or you can release the value single responses and you can release it one by one. Okay, if you explore, you will find all those things. I don't want to prolong the video, so I'm clicking on release score. Now see, I was checking the response of the student, okay, which is myself. So that email ID is being ticked. That is, I will be releasing score only to this email ID. Okay, so yes, I want to release it. So what do? That is already been ticked, and I'll say release scores. So it's like send emails and release. Okay, now let me check if the mail has come. Yes. So this is how the student will receive the score. Okay, now I can view my paper. So this is also very important. The student should be able to view the paper, so that if we have left out giving marks for some questions, then they can come back to us. Okay, now we can also keep a copy of this. I'll show you that how to do. So this is how. So these were the answers marked by the students. This is not be done. So here, if you see, these were the answers marked, and this is a mark awarded. Now here they have not done it. Okay, etc, etc. So hope you understand. So this is how the student will get it in his email. Okay, so that is it. Now we'll again go back to that responses. Okay, so now distribution of answer paper is also done. Now what we have to do? We have to write the mark list. So we will not be writing over here. Instead, we will be generating a mark list. For that, what we have to do is we will click on this green button over there. Now actually that is to generate a spreadsheet. Okay, so I'll just show you that. So I'll click on that, and this is how a spreadsheet is being generated. Now see, it was the time is written over there, email address is there, score is there, name of the student, class and section, roll numbers are written over there, and you can see the answers for each question what they have done. Okay, so they cannot come back to us again saying I had answered that, I had did this, you never bothered to give the mark. Okay, so that is it. Okay, now what I would suggest is you can save this. I'll show you how to save. So I just wanted to tell you that only this much can be done in the phone. Now it will be better if you generate the spreadsheet in your laptop, because you will have more options over there. So I'll just tell you how to do it. It's very easy. So you will go to the responses, and then you will click the this one in the laptop. So you will get a spreadsheet like that. Okay, now what you will do is you will click on to the files. Okay, then you will go to download, files, download, and in the download you will have a drop down where you can select Microsoft Excel. Okay, so the file will be downloaded in the Excel format in your laptop. Now what you can do is you can quit from this responses or our question paper. Okay, and now we will be working on the Excel sheet because we need a mark list, right? So you can save the current sheet that we have downloaded as class 5 first midterm English. Okay, so that will have even the answers what the student has given for each question. So you can keep a copy of that. It will be safe for us. Then what you will do is you can select the entire sheet using Control plus A. Then the whole sheet is selected. Then you will click on data. Okay, you can see that on the top menu bar, data. In that you will select sort by, and you will select roll number. Okay, it is better to sort it by roll number, because as we know, our students will be a few will be Malayalam, few will be Hindi, few will be Sanskrit, etc. So roll alphabetic order will not work out. So it is better to sort it by roll number. So as I told you, you will select the entire sheet using Control plus A, then click on data on the menu bar, and then you will click on sort by and sort by roll number. Okay, and roll number automatically, I think it will be in the ascending order, that is smallest to largest. You should select that only. Okay, smallest to largest. And after that, after sorting is done, you can delete the other things. Okay, and save this as a new file as a mark list of 5A first midterm English. Okay, so I think I have almost covered everything. What I would suggest is please create trial question papers, mark lists, etc. I think it is only a matter of 2 hours. So you can create and try it for yourself. And for further doubts, you can contact me. So thank you so much for your patient listening.